All right, I want to show you a little trick on doing cocker muzzles. I'm going to do these videos in segments. We're going to do her muzzle and under her ears and her top of her ears. I'm going to do the top of the head on another video, body on one video, legs and underline on one, and bevels on one, just to make it easier for me to upload and edit. Because if I have to put them all together, it's going to be a 2-hour video, and you don't need all of that. You just need certain parts of it. One thing I do when I'm doing my cockers faces, I'm going to see if I can turn her. I have it on selfie mode so I can actually see what I'm doing in the camera. Her tongue is too long. It doesn't go in. This is Josephine. Hush, Rocky. I have my figura set on a 10, and I'm going to scoop out the stop really good. And by that, I use the corner of my blade in there, literally get all that hair out, and then I go back up, right over the eyes. And if you'll notice, let me do this side first because it'll be easier to show you on the other side. I'm going backwards with a 10 setting on her cheeks. She has really great hair and does not irritate like a lot of red and whites do. A lot of red and whites will irritate on their faces, so you have to be really careful. I sometimes do a 7-up on the cheeks. But here, we're going to do this. She's a little bit damp under there still, but it's not a big deal. Let's see. Again, I'm going backwards, and she's overdue for grooming. She wasn't matted, but she's overdue for grooming. And I let her grow out so we could do this video. She's one of my puppies. She's 7. We have competed with her in the past, but because of her tongue, she's a little hard to compete with. It just doesn't look as flashy. And since I hit A division, it's important to look flashy. Red and whites also tend to grow incredibly slow. Now, under here, where I'm going to set my neckline, there's her Adam's apple, and you want to go 2 fingers above, so right about where it is now, a little bit more, and I clean out those flues really, really well. Now this is how I would do a pet in the shop. On a grooming dog in the competition ring or a show dog, it would be totally different. She's got a lot of hair that grows right under her eyes. Now, if you'll notice though, she does not grow a lot of hair here. It's a good thing she has a nice thick muzzle. You don't need a lot of hair here. Most cockers do grow a really full face, and the next one I'm going to do does that. She doesn't do that. Now, when I was doing under here, I was literally holding my blade flat. That's how you get a nice tight edge, and I do it to the corner of the eye, like right in there. And now I can see what I'm doing a little better. Right to the corner of the eye. And to the lip line, like right there. I do those backwards, from here back to the ear backwards, with my clipper flat. When I get to the muzzle, if I'm wanting to leave, let's get that hair out of you. If I want to leave a little extra hair here to fill, which she doesn't need, but still, then I can switch over to a 9, hold my clipper perpendicular, basically at a 90-degree angle, stop, and drag. And when you do that, it leaves a plush, really plush, slightly longer, but a different texture hair. And again, the blade is 90 degrees, and I'm dragging it, literally dragging it. And I don't know, it's not done yet, but you can see the difference in the length. It's the same blade setting, but it's a difference in the length. All right. And I'm trying to do this where you can see me, and it's really kind of hard to do. She drools because of her tongue, so she always stays wet under here. But her tongue does not fit in her mouth, so not much we can do there. I have dropped down to a 15 under here, but again, I'm just going to drag it. Josephine. Josie, settle you back down. Thank you. I'm going to go back up here to a 10, and I'm going to smooth out my lines through here, which I can also come back and touch up with a with a pair of thinning shears. But you can get the idea that by dragging it, I'm getting a plushier, fuller look than I get if I leave my clipper flat. Do the same thing on this side. I can see a little better on this side, so it's a little easier for me to do. I do a lot of my shave downs with that technique as well. If you notice that you're starting to get lines and such with your clipper, instead of putting it flat on the hair, I will drag. Literally put it here and pull downwards. Like the ear might be the best way to show you. I'm literally at a 90-degree angle and I'm letting it comb the hair and push down. I don't like to go real short on her in the summertime. My neighbors have horses. So even though she doesn't spend a lot of time outside, she spends some time outside. And the flies at my house are horrible because of my neighbors with the horses. I have neighbors all around me with horses, so we get flies. So I don't like to go super short on their ears. Plus with her being white, it does help to keep some hair there. Inside here, I dropped this down to a 40. And I'm going with. Hopper ears are critical to keep dry, and it's important to keep that hair out of there. Again, I have grown her out so we could show you how to do this, because if she didn't have any hair, it would be useless trying to show you. But I use a 40 on the inside of the ear, down as far as I want to go. And then I turn it over, put it on a 15, and just sort of drag it down into the hair. Yes, you can go in reverse. Some people do, and I do on show coppers. In fact, I have been known to use a 30 reverse on them when I'm showing them. But she's going into a pet trim, so we're not going to do that. Let me get up some of this hair. I'm used to working with a vac, but because I wanted to show you the technique, I'm not using the vac on her today. Turn you around, get the other ear done. You can face that way. She has both a rear loop and a top loop on in case I have to walk away because I have a client who is due to be here and I don't really want to have to deal with that. With a rear loop on, she couldn't go anywhere if she wanted to, but I don't think she'd go anywhere anyway. Again, I'm going to get really tight inside that ear. She actually grows a little bit of hair down in the ear canal. I like to shave that out. I'm never going to pluck her ears. There's not that much, but she does grow some hair that grows down inward. And again, on top, where it joins the head, I'm going to make sure it's nice and tight and just flat. I'm going to put my clipper blade on a 40, and I'm going to show you how I roll the edges. I do this on Schnauzer ears as well. I put my finger there, and I literally roll off the edge onto my finger. And then backwards, my thumb is right there, I'll roll off that way. Gives me a nice tight edge. As you can see, a really nice tight edge. If you're afraid of a 40, you can use a 30 or a 15 to do that. I'm very comfortable with a 40, so I use a 40 setting. Again, my finger's there to support, and now my thumb and my finger are there. Just roll the edge. It saves you having to trim it with your scissors later. And in case any of you are wondering, that's actually a flat iron burn. I did it on my own hair. This is a new haircut, and I managed to burn myself pretty severely yesterday. But there, we have nice tight ears. Get your tongue in your mouth. We have a really clean muzzle that's nice and flush. Thought I'd gotten all the eyelashes, but I didn't. On her head, you can actually see she doesn't grow hair here. If the dog grows hair there, you want to take that off with a 10 blade, you want to lightly skim across the eye. She doesn't grow any hair there, so there's no reason to do that. And then make sure your lines are correct. Your lines should be, and I usually go back and touch this up with thinners and so forth, but your line should be from the eye to the ear, which her ears are just a smidge high, but from the eye to the ear, and underneath from the ear down here in a U shape. Now I'm going to take off some more behind her ears here, where you can see here. This has got to come off a little bit. And again, I'm holding my clipper blade flat because I want to leave a little longer here than here. And you're going to take that down to the point that you want to leave the neckline. How you calculate the neckline, I'm just going to show you very quickly on her. Come down to here, and there's your breastbone. You're going to leave a V here, which you can actually feel in there. You can actually run your finger and feel. There's actually an indentation there to make the V. You're going to do the same thing on this side. If you've been doing this for a while, you can feel it with your clipper as you're going down. You don't have to run your hand. I just felt it there, and I felt it there. So what I have done is I have now got an indentation here that I've taken out, one over here that I've taken out, left my angulation here. Again, I'm going to touch it up with thinners later. Cut up. And I'm going to, again, drag here to blend it a little bit, to leave a little bit longer going into the hair. Then, there are several ways you can do the top of the crown. The line is technically from ear to ear all the way across. That works really well on most pets. I'm using a 9 setting with the grain. And I'm sort of floating off into my neckline. You see how I'm lifting? I'm coming down and out, down and out, down and out. Then down into my ears. And again, I'm dragging. I do not have my clipper blade flat. I am dragging it at this point. It just gives a better finish, and you're allowed to blend. You just get a better blending. All right. And that head is now ready to finish. But it's usually the last thing I do on a cocker. So what I'm going to do now is pause this video, go on and do her body, which I'll record, then come back and do her head, because that's just the way I want to do things today. So this video is done for the most part, and I'll be touching her up later. All right, next step, the back.